morning, everyone. How are you? Have you already eaten your breakfast? Anyway, so together with Maria May Blessing, let's delve into moral development. How does moral character develop? Now first, let's learn the basic definitions of moral, character, and moral character. Moral is concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior, and of the goodness and badness of the human character. Morals are the prevailing standards of behavior that enable people to live cooperatively in groups. Moral refers to what society sanctions as right and acceptable. Most people tend to act morally and follow societal guidelines. An example of moral is the commandment, "Thou shalt not kill." Another is slow and steady and wins the race. Teaching or exhibiting goodness or correctness of character and behavior. Character is defined as mental and moral qualities distinct to an individual. In other words, your character determines what kind of person you are and what types of relationships you form in life. It is both how you see yourself and how others perceive you. Your character determines how you value, treat, and build trust with others. We use our character every day to make even the smallest decisions. Moral character is perhaps best described as the totality of the person's dispositions or characteristics that play a role in how the person, morally speaking, behaves. To put it in another way, to have a particular moral character is to have or to lack certain virtues and vices of character, such as integrity, courage, fortitude, honesty, and loyalty. Moral character as disposition. Moral characters are those dispositions or the tendency to act or think in a particular way in which a person can be held morally responsible. Thus, moral character traits are rational, informed, stable, and reliable dispositions. Moral character traits are relatively stable and reliable dispositions, and thus should be reasonably good predictors over time of an agent's behavior if that agent is in a trait-relevant situation. But this does not mean, however, that such traits must be exceptions. For example, a single case of dishonesty need not mean that an individual lacks a generally honest character. Thus, the dispositions should be understood as involving a particular level of probability. Furthermore, while such traits are malleable, individuals can change their moral character over time. Such changes are usually not immediate, taking both time and effort. The philosophical views on moral character. What do great minds think about moral character? Let us look at the viewpoints of the Eastern and Western thinkers. The Confucian traditions. The philosophy of moral development is rooted in ancient views. Moral development for Confucian traditions was attributed to four beginnings of the human personality and are considered as the seeds of human personality that will naturally unfold to become human activities. Personality in Confucian perception meant an achieved state of moral excellence. Thus, in this concept, every person is born with four beginnings. However, each of these do not yet capture the concept of self. However, when the four beginnings are put together, it may then be perceived in the Western understanding as the pre-self or potential self. The four beginnings in Confucian traditions are: first is Zhen, or the heart of compassion. It means the goodwill, sympathy towards others, and generosity. Next is Yi, or the heart of righteousness. The righteousness and respect of duty, that is, to respect your position as guardian towards nature and humanity. Another one is Li, or the heart of propriety. Li deals with outward behavior such as etiquette, customs, and rituals. And lastly, the heart of wisdom. This wisdom is a product of practicing Zhen, Yi, and Li in one's life.
Aristotle and virtue ethics. What is virtue ethics? Virtue ethics is more focused or concerned about whether a person is acting as a virtuous person. According to Aristotle, each person has a built-in desire to be virtuous, and that if a person is focused on being a good person, the right actions will follow effortlessly. What does it mean to be a good person? Aristotle believed human has importance, and this importance is called proper functioning. A person is called good when it is able to fulfill his or her function, or what nature expects of him or her. According to Aristotle, a person is rational and a social animal, meaning people can't live in isolation. Using reason to live and get along with other people is also the human person's function. What does it mean to be virtuous? Virtue for the Greeks is equivalent to excellence. To be virtuous, one must live according to high or excellent moral standard. The principle of being virtuous is called doctrine of the golden mean. Moral behavior is the one that is in the middle of two extreme behaviors, or what we call the vices. Means the act was either excessive or deficient. Aristotle believes that virtue is a character that can be developed by practicing the golden mean. The doctrine of the mean by Aristotle does not claim that we always have to behave moderately at all times, such as when we are angry. According to him, we should be as angry as the situation demands, because virtue is a choice of behaving the right way at the right time with the right people. Why we have to be virtuous? According to the virtue ethics, we have to be virtuous because of eudaimonia, which is translated as happiness, well-being, or the good life.